but this is looking right into that storm, into that area. If you look off where that signage is, just to the top of that yellow arrow and above the tree line, that's where that rotation would be, Todd.
Thank you very much. Keep your eye on that. Let's go back to radar. So again, we had there the wall cloud, and it did not look like it was spinning violently, at least. There was some rotation with that, but it didn't look like it was about to put down a tornado at the time that we were talking to Scott. Now, Joel?
Yes.
I've been kind of out of pocket analyzing all these storms. We have 3 tornado warnings.
Yeah.
The one that looks the worst, I'm going to leave it up to you to do a little radar analysis.
Looking at these, just comparing them all, I think they've all kind of, they're not necessarily looking incredibly tight rotation, so that's good news. But the one in Hot Springs, if it were to strengthen right now, it's right on top of Hot Springs. So it's in a really tough spot there. Again, looking closer, it's kind of broad, but at least you've got some really strong winds moving into the southwest side of Hot Springs. So Hot Springs, you need to be in the lowest floor of your site-built home right now. You need to have taken your tornado precautions already, but let's make sure you're there at the moment. Again, that rotation right now out on the west side of Hot Springs, Weston Road kind of moving up. I believe that's Albert Pike there, up Highway 70. Moving in, it'll basically take it right over the national park there and basically right over downtown Hot Springs. Now, right now, I don't have evidence that there's a tornado on the ground, but at least you have really strong wind. And if it does drop a tornado in the next few minutes, it would be within Hot Springs proper. So Hot Springs, make sure you're taking your tornado precautions. Make sure you're treating it as if it is a tornado right now. And hopefully it isn't, but we won't know until it's already on the ground. So let's treat it as such. Up into northern Saline County, that storm at one point looked like it was strengthening as it crossed over into Saline County. It's a little bit more broad, but still has some strong damaging wind potential there on the north side of northern Saline County near Reform. And then that rotation up near Perryville, that appears to have kind of fanned out into more damaging wind at the moment. So that's good news there. So the 2 strongest is the one in Saline County and the one right on top of Hot Springs right now, Todd.
Okay, yeah, look at it, the one on northern Saline County. Look at the presentation on radar.
It's wrapped.
It is really wrapped. All right, so on this top box here, Christopher has just pointed out to me, this is, of course, going into Hot Springs there on 270, and you got Magic Springs on the right. You turn there and you go into town. Can we take that full? And you'll see in the upper left that he said that was rotating. That's what's coming in on the west side of Hot Springs. You look at the top left corner of your screen, and the wall cloud was over here, and he said it was rotating. So you're starting to see that coming into Hot Springs right now. So you don't want to be on these roads. Gosh, nobody should be on the roads right now in Hot Springs. So that's what we're looking at. Very tough to see because of the tree line. It's almost impossible to tell, but there's the lowering right there. Let's go back over to the radar, and on Max 1, that's what we're looking at from that camera over here, looking back towards the west near Meadows Street. That's where that potential tornado, definite lowering. We've had so many reportings of wall clouds, and of course the one that we just carried live here up there in Perry County. This one now seems to be ramping up significantly coming into Perrin. Let me just look. Yeah, it's tightening up significantly west of Perrin in northern Saline County. I know there are some people there in that road network, County Road 24,000, Mount Ida Road, that's in Saline County, as you said, Reform. Joel was just mentioning that. I think that has gotten a little bit stronger, and I don't see debris yet. Let's hope that stays that way. But there is a large amount of rotation and a very well-defined, you see that hook and the kidney bean shape right here. I mean, that is classic supercellular thunderstorm right there, and it is spinning with strong velocities, and I'm afraid that it could start. I don't want to get a loop. I'm going to start a loop over the past 30 minutes, and that may be too long. Is this, I don't want to, yeah, I'm afraid, what I'm worried about is it takes a right turn, it takes more of a right turn, which would put it more into northeastern areas of Saline County and western Pulaski County. But go ahead, Joel's going to track that. Go ahead, Joel.
So I've got this tracking to the northeast, basically due northeast, or maybe a little bit more east-northeast, just in case it does take that right track like Todd was just mentioning. So Perrin, just in the next few minutes. I would be in that safe place right now, northern Saline County. The city, the area of Y there at 543, Ledwidge at 549. So we're getting this into parts of western Pulaski County eventually. That has tightened up a little bit more, Todd. Maumelle 557, Conway 604. This may stay south of Conway there, hopefully so, but we hope this doesn't drop at all. But still, Cato 609, Gravel Ridge 613, Valonia, that would be headed your general direction as well. At 618. So this is a path that we're not unfamiliar with, obviously, with tornadoes. So we're going to watch this one very closely. Yes?
Go take the RDOT camera over here on the upper left. You're looking at the wall cloud live in Hot Springs. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we got
You're
this
fine.
on camera right now. But that's the wall cloud right there. And I don't see any rotation. You may see some small appendages. So this is 270 going into Hot Springs, Magic Springs over there on the right. But there's the wall cloud over here. And what you're looking for is anything coming down, an appendage on that. And I don't see one just yet. It looks pretty high based, to be honest with you.
I would say that one in Hot Springs is weakened in the last scan as far as velocity is concerned.
Good.
That's good news there.
But we have a visual on that lowering there.
Right.
It's obvious there that on that camera we see the lowering. And of course we had that one wall cloud in Perry County too that did not seem to be rotating all that strong in the lowest levels. But now we're going to continue to monitor this. But that one in northern Saline County, my goodness, that thing ramped up
That's
quickly.
really wrapped up.
And I know there's
Hey, let's look at debris real quickly. Do we have a dropout here?
Let's go to Joel. Go
That
ahead.
might be.
Yeah.
Do you think that's debris?
You're going to have to put it in motion. See.
New tornado warning for that one now includes eastern Perry County, northwestern Pulaski, and southwestern Faulkner County.
Yeah, it turned right a little bit too.
Yeah.
And I think that it's got a debris signature on it, as you said. It's crossing over Highway 9 near Reform. So again, we're going to keep that wall cloud up there in Hot Springs. We'll watch for anything there. But this is the immediate concern because we think that there could be a tornado on the ground coming up on Williams Junction in far northern Saline County and far western Pulaski County. This one is going to, again, if the tornado sirens are going off in Pulaski County, the tornado warning is not for Little Rock. I want to make sure that it's abundantly clear right now that with this one particular storm, I'm not saying it's not possible later on, we got other storms that we'll have to deal with, but last week, whenever it was that we had, 2 weeks ago, whenever we had those storms and those tornadoes, they were on the east side of the county and the sirens were going off in West Little Rock. So just know that if the sirens are going off throughout Pulaski County, the tornado potential is on the northwest side of the county with this moving up towards the northeast, and it will get very close to Y Mountain, the west side of Lake Maumelle, Highway 10. Can we get our Chenal camera on, that our Chenal camera is going to have this, guys. If we can pull up the Chenal camera. Do you know how to get that one up on the computer? Maybe the traffic computer. I'm not sure where we can get it. But anyway, so we should be able to get that on our Chenal camera if we can. But that one has the most dangerous signature now on radar. I'm still watching again. Nothing coming out of that Hot Springs yet. And that has weakened somewhat. But this is the one in far northern Saline County. Debris signature possible. They have not put a confirmed tornado tag on it or turned it purple, which would denote a confirmed tornado. It looks rather messy when you look at the debris signatures on there because there's several pockets of dropout. So I'm not quite sure. I don't have enough confidence to say for sure, but it sure is suspicious there over Reform, moving east towards Williams Junction and Perrin, crossing over Highway 9, and will be crossing over Highway 10 very soon. So let's get a little bit closer. Did we just get a new tornado warning? All right, so this is a new tornado warning, and this is for the south.
This is for
Yep.
northwestern Clark County. That's some
northwestern.
strong rotation there
Yep.
northwest of Arkadelphia.
Very strong rotation.
I'm going to track on that for you.
All right, this is just south of Beaton in Hot Spring County, Lenox, Highway 7, Caney, Caddo Valley is just outside of it. But there's the possible tornado along Highway 8. This is Clark County moving into Hot Spring County. So that's a new tornado warning that's in effect here. 5:27 is your time. And that tornado warning is going to be in effect for at least 30 to 45 minutes and could be affecting Bismarck. I think this goes just to the south of Bismarck in Hot Spring County. and will be coming up right over DeGray. Within the next couple of minutes, it'll be over DeGray. What you're looking at again, the wall cloud in Hot Spring County. This is Jesse Hayes, and that's a live look at Little Rock right now from downtown Little Rock. So let's go over to Joel with the storm track. Go ahead, Joel.
Yeah, so I want to put a new storm track on this brand new tornado warning that goes until 6:15 for northern Clark County. It does not include Arkadelphia. That rotation right now is approaching the Hot Spring County line. So it won't be in Clark County much longer, but that's some tight rotation there, and it's approaching the Caney area. At 5:39, DeRoche at about 5:44, Red Oak 5:52, Social Hill 5:55, Diamond Head 5:58, Shorewood Hills at 6:01, Malvern at 6:04. I think it will probably, here's Malvern here. Here's the rotation there, tight rotation, about to cross over into Hot Spring County here very shortly. So I want to get a little closer and get some street names on this because this has kind of popped up pretty quickly. That rotation is near Ozone Point Road, crossing over eventually over to Cato Drive there, Chestnut Drive, Edgewood Drive, Sycamore Drive, Hickory Grove Road, and that area. So here's Caney right in here. There's that rotation. That's going to take it kind of crossing over at Cato Drive there where it crosses out of Clark County into Hot Spring County. It would likely cross over Highway 7 there just northwest of Edgewood Drive there. So that rotation's pretty strong. I want to look at debris mode. I don't see evidence of a tornado on the ground, but that velocity is really strong, Todd, and some of the strongest rotation I've seen since I came in just a little while ago.
It is.
There's another area of rotation in northern Conway County we need to keep a close watch on as well.
Yeah, you know, that's the area of the state that I would think would be more favorable for tornadoes,
right.
Is up there towards the north. This is what he's looking at, north of St. Vincent, west of Center Ridge in Conway County. No tornado warning on that. Just to let you know, up there towards the north, we are continuing to monitor those storms, but we've got to concentrate on what's happening towards the south. We've got cameras all over the place. And Jesse Hayes, do we have a location on Jesse?
He is trying to get an updated location with Jesse as well. I don't have one for now, Todd. Let me text him and see.
Okay, so this is the other storm that is not as strong as it was, Joel.
I think it weakened a little bit. It might have picked up just a little. It's tightened a little bit.
Yeah, it's not as strong as it was, but still put together going over Highway 9. And this is going right over where Perry, Saline, and Pulaski County come together, southwest of Y Mountain. So you see Y Mountain right here. There's Bigelow way up there. New severe thunderstorm warning was just issued for that. But there's Y Mountain just to the southwest of Y Mountain by about 5 to 10 miles, by the way the crow flies, crossing over Highway 10 in western Pulaski County. Much of central Arkansas now under a severe thunderstorm warning, and several tornado warnings continue. Going back into the Hot Springs, central areas of Hot Springs and Garland County, that rotation on radar is not there hardly. There's still a tornado warning, so please take your tornado precautions. And this one, as Joel said, the strongest one he's seen since he came into work this afternoon, is going south of Bismarck, right over the lake. And when these high winds and potential tornadoes go over a very smooth surface like a lake, it can actually accelerate the winds, especially the inflow into that. So you're looking at this, a lot of times you'll see docks that got flipped over, the roofs and boats flipped over. It goes over that smooth lake surface, and it's a reduced amount of friction. We'll check the debris. It's hard to say if that's something there. Very difficult to say if that's a tornado debris signature. Not sold on that, but I do know that there's strong rotation, and that's affecting western Hot Spring County. So in my opinion, we have two areas that are of high suspicion and two tornado warnings. There's three, but there's the one that's in northern Saline, moving into far western Pulaski, southern Perry County, and this one in Hot Spring County, moving to Hot Spring County. This middle one seems to be all kind of gelling into one line, with this one and this one being the main circulation centers. Little Rock being right here. We're going to stay on the air for everybody in the metro until this threat is over. Of course, for the entire viewing area, we will do that. Also, some new information from our chasers. Zach Hardcastle says that the sun is shining just to the west of Mayflower, so that's not good with the instability levels too out in front of this. meaning that these can maintain themselves. But as far as the wind shear, Joel, I would expect the wind shear with this to decrease.
I would have expected more tornado warnings in North Arkansas than even what we have now.
Completely agree.
I
with
would
you.
have, but these have more access to the moisture, so.
Yep, and it seems like that's what's is fueling these rotational areas.
I have a new storm track whenever you're ready. Just let me know.
Okay, well, I just wanted to check in on this because I've got very close friends in eastern Perry County. In the Houston area, the Y Mountain area, it's very scary up here. This is wind. This is a potential tornado. It's not right now what I would call a strong tornado if it was on the ground. Every tornado is strong, but I'm talking about the big tornadoes. Could it get big? Yes, but right now, if there's a tornado, I think it would be a very small one, but you know how much damage those can cause. And it's moving towards the northeast. So I think it goes through the southeastern portion of Perry County and goes into southern Faulkner County, right along Polarum Creek, near Conway or south of Conway, Mayflower, not like 2014. That's not what we're looking at with the current state of radar. And in my opinion, the atmosphere is not like what it was in 2014, but they can still produce tornadoes. So I'm just trying to tell you the way I see it right now, that there's still very significant rotation, and it doesn't seem to be moving all that much. There's the new scan. And Higginbotham Road, Williams Junction, I mean, this is it right here. If there's a tornado, that would be it, just crossing over Highway 9 near County Road 153, Higginbotham Road, Duffy Lane, and we'll be going over Highway 10. Here's Highway 10 right here. That's the split where it goes off to Y Mountain. There's Williams Junction, and that's due south of Williams Junction where we see the at least some small rotation. Go ahead, Joel. I'm looking at these feeds off to the left, make sure we're not missing anything. And Christopher, just jump in and yell if you need to. Go ahead, Joel.
Yeah, so just putting another track on this storm again, crossing over Highway 9 there near Williams Junction, just northeast of Lake Winona there. That's tracking toward the northeast. It's probably going to be, if it produces a tornado, this is the track that it would take. It would take it now into the far western tip of Pulaski County, and would likely take it over the Y area at 545, Fouche at 549, Monty Springs at 555, Mayflower 6 o'clock. So that's kind of when we're expecting it to approach Interstate 40 there between Conway and Little Rock. So if you know anyone right now who is about to get on I-40 at Conway and head south toward Little Rock, or Little Rock and head north toward Conway, I would advise you to stay off that route for the time being, as there is that storm there capable of producing a tornado right there, crossing into Pulaski County now, and it's going to be taking it over the Arkansas River eventually out near Lake Maumelle and out near the Mayflower area. So again, that is the current track for that storm in particular. We're also looking at another storm with some strong rotation that has just now crossed over into Hot Spring County. That let me get a speed on that. That's moving at about 40 miles per hour. So tracking it to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour, and that's some tight rotation there. Southeast of Bismarck, moving right along, or moving about to cross over Highway 7, southeast of Bismarck. So DeRoche, you need to be in your safe place. Malvern, this may stay just northwest of you, but I need you in your safe place there. DeRoche, 546, lowest floor away from windows. You need to be in a room surrounded by other rooms. A bathroom, as long as it has no windows, maybe a closet or a hallway. DeRoche, 546. Social Hill, 557. Here's Social Hill. There's that rotation. It's going to take it probably most likely directly toward DeRoche. It might keep it northwest of Social Hill. Diamond Head, 6 o'clock. Shorewood Hills at 6:03. Malvern, 6:06. So here's Malvern. There's that rotation heading toward DeRoche. It might keep it just northwest of Malvern, but Malvern, let's be in our safe place. In fact, the city of Malvern is right on the edge of that polygon. So technically, you're just right on the edge of the tornado warning. But that is where we expect that to eventually go. So you can kind of see the general track for that rotation, taking it across Highway 7 now southeast of Bismarck. And that would eventually take it northeast, kind of toward the Butterfield area maybe eventually, and right up just north and west of I-30. So we've got that rotation. Going back to the storm up here that is crossing over into Pulaski County, that appears to have broadened out a little bit. That's good news. But still, I would advise maybe stay off of Interstate 40 for the time being, south and east of Conway, and that may eventually take it up toward Conway. But the good news is that that rotation there has weakened a good bit. Looking all up and down this line, I want to make sure we're not missing anything. There's a little bit of rotation in northern Conway County near Center Ridge. It is very broad rotation and nowhere near as strong as even what we have down here in western Pulaski County. That has broadened out a lot. So our strongest rotation right now is with this storm southeast of Bismarck. I'm going to get in here a little closer to that, near Corinth Road, right there on Highway 7. So there's your rotation. It's probably already crossed over Highway 7. We should get another scan that would probably put it right there around Corinth Road. We're talking about, I'm going to get a little closer here so we can get some other street names. Allen Road, Williams Cutoff Road, Finley Road, Hickory Grove Road, Williams Cutoff Road. I think I already just said that. Fayette Lane, Sycamore Drive, McCann Drive, that area. Yeah, there's your rotation right there near Allen Road, just crossed over Highway 7. So this is right now, if there's a tornado with this, it's probably near Dixon Road, Williams Cutoff Road, right there, Allen Road as well, as I mentioned. Sycamore Drive, lowest floor away from windows. Beranger Road, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Sunshine Acres Trail, Estep Road. And again, that's heading right toward DeRoche. So DeRoche, you need to be in that lowest floor away from windows. Lucky Lady Court, Harkrider Road, County Road 811. Again, lowest floor away from windows. That rotation there just crossed over Highway 7 southeast of Bismarck. If there's a tornado, that's where it would be or it just crossed over. And I just pulled up the debris mode, Todd. I want you to look at this. Do we have a tornado on the ground there just southeast of Bismarck? I need your opinion on that one.
Yeah, that does look very suspicious.
It does correlate with the, if I switch it from, there's what I'm talking about, that dropout right there.
Yeah.
Let's switch it over to velocity.
Gosh, that's
close. That's where it would be. That's most likely a tornado on the ground or possibly a tornado on the ground. DeRoche,
okay.
Lowest floor away from windows right now.
All right, so if we go over here to max 1, or wherever I am, I don't know where I am. Am I on 1 or 2? It doesn't matter.
I think
so
you're
there's
on
my
1.
finger there, and then we go over to the debris signature, see if it matches up. There's the dropout somewhere over there. Now remember, these products come in at a little different times. So that could be something, as Joel was just putting out. We need to act as if this is on the ground.
That's tightened up too.
Yeah, we should always act as, when there's a tornado warning, act as if it's on the ground. But as DeRoche, Highway 84, Joel, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that the northern storms are really starting to weaken. They might be cycling, but for the moment they're not as strong. But this one, my goodness, did it go up quickly. Williams Cutoff Road, and I know I'm repeating some of what Joel's been telling you, but this is it. Southeast of Bismarck, Camp Road, DeRoche, Highway 128. There is Allen Road. This is very sus right in here. Just to the west of what's Sycamore Drive. That's where we think that the tornado would be located. And we look at the debris signature. Gosh, and when a lot of times what's helpful is to look at the evolution of this and not just a still shot. So when we back this up, that's the current image. We'll back it up, and you see maybe a little.
I wonder if it's been on the ground since before it crossed over Highway 7, Todd. Yeah,
it's so hard to tell because it's very messy. And it's not very well defined until that latest scan. That latest scan is the one where it just kind of popped out of that whole mess east of Highway 7. DeRoche, we can't urge you enough to stay sheltered. It does look like, I'm looking to see what the National Weather Service says about it. And
they're responding right now.
Boy, look at that new scan. Ugh. Do you see that?
Are you talking about velocity?
No, I'm looking at
debris.
Debris, that new scan that just came in on
right there around Hickory Grove Road and Ponderosa Trail, Hickory Grove Road, and Sycamore Drive. That area, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Williams Cutoff 128. To me, it looks like they're maybe ramped up a little bit there.
DeRoche, you need to be in your safe place. Harkrider Drive, I believe that was. Sparks Trail, County Road 804, lowest floor, away from windows. You need to, again, be in that safe place right now. Can't stress that enough. DeRoche, that is a possible tornado on the ground, and I believe they I'm just trying to get a little more confirmation from the Weather Service if they agree that that is.
You work on that. I just want to give you an update. Stay with Joel on that storm because I want Joel to. That's the worst of them all. But I know many of you are wondering right now in southeastern and southwestern Faulkner County as well as eastern Perry and part of Pulaski County. I'm watching that rotation. It's near Y Mountain. It will go south of Bigelow and go over Y, but it's not as strong as it was.
Right.
And also the one in northern Perry County coming out of Hot Springs Village has virtually disappeared. Stay sheltered, but stay with this one storm because if there's a tornado in Arkansas, this is where it is.
This is our strongest rotation. Again, to repeat, this is a tornado warning for Hot Spring County, southeastern Garland County until 6:15. But the tornado that is possibly or probably, we're going to say probably on the ground at the moment, approaching DeRoche. Can't stress this enough. DeRoche, you need to be in your safe place. Lowest floor, away from windows. Get into a hallway, a bathroom, a closet, a room that is surrounded by other rooms. If your bathroom has windows, it's not a safe place. You need to find a closet or a hallway. Again, they are now putting, by the way, if you'll notice, that red polygon just changed to pink. That means that they are now agreeing with what we are seeing, that this is a tornado on the ground moving into DeRoche right now. So they are calling this now a confirmed tornado. If you have anyone who's driving down Highway 84, Social Hill toward DeRoche, make them stop. Avoid that road right now. 128, you don't want to drive south toward DeRoche right now or north toward DeRoche because that tornado is headed right over DeRoche right now or is believed to be a confirmed tornado right now. So let me get a new track on this. Again, that is moving toward the northeast at 40 miles per hour. And that rotation is right on top of DeRoche and it has strengthened. So friends in DeRoche, please be in your safe place. Can't stress this enough. That rotation right on top of you right now, DeRoche, lowest floor, Jones Mills, 603, be in your safe place. Malvern, 606. Malvern is right here. DeRoche, that rotation is right on top of you. I want to get in a little closer and try to get a little bit more specific because that rotation has strengthened as it's approaching DeRoche. That rotation is right there. We're going to stop calling it rotation and just call it a tornado. That tornado is right around Behringer Road, Honeyboy Road, maybe just south of you, approaching DeRoche or right on top of DeRoche. Camp Road. It might stay just north of that intersection of 128 and 84. But Camp Road, that's probably going to be moving in your general direction there, maybe up 128 near DeSoto Road, and taking it north and east from there. Sparks Trail, Possum Trot Road, Jaguar Loop Road, Possum Trot Road, I think I said that already, Taylor Hollow Road. All of those locations, lowest floor away from windows. Again, that is a tornado that is on the ground or believed to be on the ground and confirmed there, Todd.
Got some video in that we're going to work to get up of that lowering as it crossed over to Gray. It is very scary video, but as we said, we have this tornado that is on the ground doing damage in or near DeRoche. Great work. Thank you so much, Joel. Highway 128. We're working to get that video on the air here in just moments. It was taken 5 minutes ago as it went over to Gray, and it is scary. It is a perfect bell-shaped wall cloud. But we got that coming up in just a little bit. There's Honeyboy Road. There's Behringer Road. That's it, and it's on the ground over DeRoche or northwest of DeRoche, and it's going to get awfully close to Malvern. Malvern, take cover. Nobody should be on the interstate. Everybody should be off the roads between Malvern and Hot Springs. Between Malvern and Hot Springs, there is a confirmed tornado. Just text my friend Denny Teeter, and he's okay. And he's just let everybody know that I know in Malvern. Take your tornado precautions now. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. This is the real deal. This is a confirmed tornado. Every single tornado is survivable if you just do the right thing. If you heed the warnings and go to that interior home portion of your home or your business and put as many walls between you and the outside. Jesse Hayes reporting to us no damage in the William Junctions area. So that's some more good news. Not sure which feed. That's Zach Hardcastle there. So there's DeRoche moving towards the northeast. Let me know when we have that video.
We're about to have it here in just a second. There we go. It is up on Max 3 if you want to take Max 3.
All right, let me get the
Just
credit
don't take
to
the
this.
audio, please.
Do not take the audio, please. So this is from Pam Bartholomew, so sorry, but that's, you see the docks there, that's the low-hanging wall cloud. This is what is producing a tornado right now as it went over to Gray about 5 minutes ago, and it's affecting Roche now. So that is the lowering, that is an ominous looking wall cloud. Almost looks like the whole thing is sitting on the ground. All right, thank you very much. Let's go back over to Max. So that was just moments ago, and I think it may have actually increased just a little bit. If there's the signature for debris right in here, moving towards the northeast, there's Taylor Hollow Road, where the hopefully weakening storm eventually will move over, but it's still moving and maintaining itself on the radar. There's Possum Trot Road, Social Hill along I-30. It's going to go just to the west of Social Hill on I-30, and then there's Highway 84, okay? There's Highway 270 coming out of Malvern. You do not want to be on 270. You know, Diamond Head is another place. 270 going up towards Hot Springs, it's going to cross over there, and it's not in the tornado-warned polygon right now, but if I could draw this polygon myself, I would draw it further towards the north and cover that highway that connects Malvern and Hot Springs. Nobody should be on that highway right now. That's all 4-lane highway, and it's very busy, a lot of traffic. Nobody should be on that because it's going to cross right over that. Diamond Head, another community, and on I-30 west, it's staying west of I-30, and we'll be crossing over 171. All right. What do you have, Christopher? Do you have something going on?
So I've got the look at our en-route values on our storm analyst tool. This is on the OBS computer, or the storm analyst computer here in front of me. I do want to show you just the last few scans over the, let's see if I can get it pulled up here. There we go. There it is right there. This was just a moment ago on our en-route values, showing some reds, and again showing very strong rotation with that. There's a new updated right there going just to the west of Social Hill. But Todd, just wanted to show you that our en-route values are definitely ringing the bells on this one, with it being really strong rotation, Todd.
Okay. Stay on that. Joel, we're going to go to you for that in just a second, but I want to check in on these storms to the north. There seems to be an uptick in the rotation. The tornado warning continues, by the way, for this. I'll show you where I see the uptick, but where the current tornado warning is, Y Mountain, there's very little rotation on that. But
it's not turning as far right as maybe we thought there.
Well, if it turns north, that would mean that it's going to lose its rotation at some point. So if it starts to hook this way to the north, it would probably start to lose its spin. If it starts to turn more towards the right, or continues northeast, or turns to the right, it will actually ramp itself up. So if it is turning more towards the left, which is good, towards the left side, then I would suspect in the next couple of scans a potential weakening. Also, I don't want to ignore what we got here going on wherever Zach is. I don't know, and whose ever that is. I've lost track of that, Christopher, on the screen.
Yes.
Upper left is who?
So we've got the upper left being Zach, and then we've got the bottom there being Scott, and I'm working on getting
Location?
Zach's phone call in as well. So
where's their location?
Let's see what his location is. I haven't got Zach's, or yeah.
There's the new scan, and it weakened.
It's weakened
because it started jogging towards the north a little bit, and it's not able to tap into and take ingest and take advantage of the wind shear. Is what I'm trying to say. But it's still there. It's a confirmed tornado, but it does not look as strong as it did in the previous scan. But we look at the debris signature, and there's definite signs of something being lofted in the air near Possum Trot Road, Taylor Hollow Road, north of Sparks Trail, and just to the south of Sundown Mountain Road. That's where that would be. There's Long Bell Trail, the inflow into this right into here, and that's where the potential tornado is, right there along highway, right where that shield is, 128. So that would be where if there's a tornado, that's where it is. Yep, right there. And it's not as strong as it was, so it may be doing that little left jog, which let's hope that maintains itself, because that would mean that it's not able to take and to efficiently tap into the shear. Now let me go back up and hope that this is not as strong as it was in the last scan. No tornado warning for this, but there's an area of high wind for sure north of Highway 5 moving towards the northeast, and we've got to watch that for rotation. No tornado warning in central Saline County, but that is an area of enhancement that must be monitored as that comes into central Arkansas. Joel, I haven't been able to check in with the National Weather Service. Hot Springs storm now, that was at 5:51 indicated and not radar confirmed. So they are now taking away the radar confirmed tornado off of that storm.
I'm going to get a track on this storm that's coming through Saline County right now. We don't have any proper warnings on it right now, but it's on a trajectory that would take it into Little Rock. I want to get a track on it here really quickly. I want to make sure I have the speed on it correct. I'm going to put it at about 45 miles per hour just to be on the safe side. And let's see if this were to try to strengthen. You see the hook there, right there in Saline County. Let's put a track on it, moving toward the east-northeast as if it's headed toward Little Rock. If this were to try to produce a tornado, it may reach Little Rock at around 6:30ish. So again, this is not a tornado-warned storm, but it is a storm that has the look on it. It's heading into an environment where it could strengthen, and we've had already a confirmed tornado down in Hot Spring County. So this storm here, if it were to hold together, it's heading toward Little Rock. So we need to stay weather aware with that, Todd.
All right, just stay with Joel for just a second.
Yeah, let's go down here once again and check in on the storm in Hot Spring County. Again, that rotation is weaker, or let me go back in time because it looked like okay, that's where it was stronger. It weakened a little bit there, that's good. It has strengthened just a little bit. It's not as strong as it was when it was confirmed, but let's continue to stay on this, and it may require a new tornado warning eventually because, let's see, that tornado warning right now is set to go until 6:15, so it has just about 20 minutes left on that, but we're going to put a track on it. It's going to be right on the Garland Hot Spring County line there, and it's going to be going kind of just below Lake Catherine there, kind of around the Jones Mills area. So eventually crossing over 270 near Jones Mills at 6:02, Butterfield 6:07. Butterfield and Jones Mills at the moment not technically under a tornado warning because you're outside of that polygon, but they're probably looking at it right now trying to make the decision whether they need to issue a new tornado warning or if they're going to let that one expire. They're going to be looking at that one they're going to let it go most likely, at least until its expiration time. It's still considered confirmed. Looking at that, it doesn't look like it's strengthening significantly, but certainly a storm that needs to be watched there. And going back up here into Saline County, that still has not strengthened too much more. And it looks like we do not have a tornado warning on this storm near Conway any longer, Todd.
There are no more tornado warnings in effect except this one. All right, this is the only one. And they said they converted this to a not radar confirmed, but it's still showing up as pink. So, keep his mic up. Say that again.
I just haven't seen it. Yeah, it hasn't changed on Max.
Yeah, I don't know why, because normally it does. Just to let you know, I talked to Zach. This is up in Mayflower area, and that's a shelf cloud that he's looking at. So that's in a severe warned storm. But this is the only one, and it's almost out of this polygon, and it's really kind of strange just to see that it's not updating to a regular tornado warning. But they just issued a new tornado warning. All right, so that's not surprising, and this does include Lonsdale and Benton in Saline County. So I'm sure the sirens will be going off, if not already, in Saline County as a new tornado warning. Again, that's what they're doing. They're replacing the confirmed tornado warning with a run-in-the-mill tornado warning, if there's such a thing. It's just radar indicated, okay? If it was confirmed, it would turn purple. This is radar indicated, meaning that this has had a history of producing tornadoes, may not right now, but can at any moment, if it isn't already, but probably can at any moment. But all the other ones have dissipated and have lost their circulation except this one. So let's get into the mode of warning everybody in the path of this potential tornado. It's broader circulation crossing over 270. Remember I said nobody should be on 270. You're under a tornado warning right now. Between Hot Springs and Malvern. This is going to stay just northwest of Malvern, but that's the potential tornado. Strong circulation. There's Red Oak. There's Highway 7 staying east of that. This is for Benton and not for Bryant, though, but you're next in line if this continues. But I think as this goes further east, it's not going to be able, it's going to lose some of its environment that would enhance the tornado capability, and I think that's what we're seeing. I think that we're seeing now the beginning stages of all of this starting to ramp down for the evening, because we said between 2 and 6 o'clock was the prime time for the tornado threat. And notice how that, and let me knock on wood. knock on wood, that's what's happening now. But we still have one tornado warning, and we're going to watch this all the way through the metro. We're not leaving you. We've got spotters all over the place. We've had wall clouds. We've had funnel clouds. And we've had some radar. We're going to get a track on that right now with meteorologist Joel Young. Go ahead, Joel.
Yeah, I've got a new track on this. It's moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So based on that track, it's moving over Butterfield at 6:08. So in just about 9 minutes from now, Lonsdale 6:16, Haskell at 6:25, Kentucky over in Saline County at 6:29, Benton and Salem right around 6:32 to 6:37, Bryant at 6:41, and Shannon Hills at 6:48 with that storm there. Tornado warning storm there. That tornado warning for Saline County, Eastern Garland County, and Northern Hot Spring County goes until 6:45. So again, I would not be driving down I-30, but I would especially not be driving down 270 there north and west of Malvern toward the Jones Mills area. That was a confirmed tornado earlier. It may have lifted, but it is still in position where it could try to touch back down somewhere. There's Highway 171. Here's Highway 270. Kind of right there just down from Lake Catherine there where you can put in and go floating down the river. Hopefully no one's floating this afternoon in that part of the state there on the Ouachita River. Butterfield, and again, that's going to continue moving northeastward, kind of running parallel or along I-30 once it crosses out of Hot Spring County over into Saline County. Right now, I believe we're going to toss things over to Todd with a little bit more information over there at the wall.
Pull up Scott's feed right now. He says this is down here. Let's go full screen with that. That's a wall cloud, he said. And let me see where he said. Where's Scott? Is he near Conway? Is that right?
He is, yes, at Conway.
Conway? All right. So let me call him real quick. Let's call Scott Hollinger. So we're going to call Scott here and get him on the phone and talk to him about what he sees here. I thought it was a shelf cloud at first. Scott, you're on.
Scott.
Yeah, you're on the air, Scott. We got that. First, when I saw that, it looked like a shelf cloud. But tell me what you're seeing and where you are.
Todd, I'm gonna use my phrase, big old bag of wind.
Yeah.
That's a gust front, Todd. It's not
Okay.
a wall. It may have been a wall cloud, but it's not rotating. It's gusting out. We got outflow coming out of it, so it's
Okay.
strictly just a gust front coming out of it now.
That's what I thought. When I saw it, I thought, is that a wall? It didn't look like one to me. So that's
Well,
just
that's
a big.
what we thought. That's what we thought too.
Yeah, it's
But,
just a big bag of wind, as you said. So that's coming into Conway right now.
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay, thank you so much, Scott. So if you're watching us from Conway, that is an extreme amount of wind and water that's coming out of this. So power outage is possible. If you see this low-hanging cloud, that's not a wall cloud. That's what I thought. It's the leading edge. It's kind of an outflow from it. It's a sort of a low-hanging gust front shelf cloud that's moving through, and it's going to cause some high winds in the Conway area. Let's go back to Max that I'm on right now, Max 1. The tornado warning continues, and the scans have not been coming back with overly impressive as far as I'm concerned. There are 2 areas of rotation, but I'm wondering if we're getting some side lobe contamination with this on the south end. But this is where I think the rotation would be. It kind of shows something down here, but I'm not sold on that right now, north of Social Hill. But this is in the process, in my opinion, of sort of, I don't want to say weakening, but maybe a little bit, Joel?
Perhaps. I'm assuming you're looking at the one down in Hot Spring County. I've been looking also at a storm up here in northern Arkansas near Fairfield Bay. That's been some tight rotation right there. No tornado warning on it right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning on it, but if you live in Fairfield Bay or over into northwestern Cleburne County, watch that closely. And we're going to be watching it as well. Right now there's no tornado warning, and right now I just reached out to the Weather Service to see. They said circulation is somewhat broad right now, and I would agree with it, but there for a moment it looked like it was pretty tight, at least with one scan. The last scan maybe not as tight, but that needs to be watched there really closely. There's another storm near Greenbrier that's trying to hook at least. Doesn't look like it has the rotation with it, but that's what I was watching just then before you tossed to me. But I will go back down here really quickly and look at Hot Spring County. That still has rotation. And I'll put another track on it, moving northeast from around Magnet Cove up toward Benton. Again, Butterfield 608. In 4 minutes, Glen Rose 616, Haskell 625, Kentucky 629, Benton 632, Salem at 637, and Bryant at 641. We believe the storm earlier may have produced a tornado down near Roche in Hot Spring County. And right now it's crossing over Highway 270. Much weaker than it was earlier, but still possibly trying to produce a tornado at some point, and still has that potential once it gets up into Saline County. Meanwhile, I'm going to take you up here toward this storm that we were watching earlier that still generally heading toward Little Rock. Does not have the rotation on it that it once did, but still something that's worth watching there, Todd.
Look at the velocities on that storm coming up in Hot Spring County, because to me it looks like there may be some
Side load contamination? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, that's what I see, some side load contamination with that. So I'm not 100%
I can
sure.
agree with that.
Yeah, I think there's some rotation still there.
Part of that because I think where we would see there's the strongest rotation there now outside of the pink box there. When I switch it over and look at radar mode, most of the rain is behind that. So Todd, I would agree that might be side load contamination. Christopher has a little bit more information right now in the Weather Center.
I want to show you real fast. I turned over onto the RDOT camera on the top screen. If we could take that full screen real quick, I'll just show you just how strong those winds were a moment ago. That is right on top of the storm that we are talking about towards Magnet Cove. And I'm going to go down here and move down a little bit closer towards Magnet Cove right there. This is where that camera is, but I'm going to go over here close to I-30 and see we got dry, but then right in the middle of the storm, it is raining hard, and there was a lot of wind with that, Todd and Joel. Just a second ago, the trees were bending with that storm as it pushed through.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Christopher. Just reading what the National Weather Service is putting out is Joel is putting out that one circulation, Van Buren County going to Cleveland. There,
it's broadened out even more.
It's broadened out. Okay, that's good. I really think, and again, sometimes I get caught wish casting these things, meaning I'm hoping things calm down. But I do think that we're coming down off the peak of the tornado threat, because we thought after 6 o'clock the tornado threat would be decreasing at this point. And here we are coming up just a little bit past 6 o'clock. We have one tornado warning in effect, and we're going to stay here with you. Believe me, we're not leaving you. But it looks like there's a lot of, it looks like there's circulations here, but I think this is contamination at the radar. The main area that what's left of that circulation, and it was confirmed earlier, is over Smoke Ridge Road and Magnet Cove. So if there's a tornado, I don't think it's a huge one, and it may not even be on the ground, but there's the potential near Magnet Cove, Smoke Ridge Road. That's where we think it is, and it's moving towards Benton. I'm sure the sirens are going off in Saline County, and rightfully so, especially the Benton area. We want you to take your tornado precautions to be on the safe side. Will this still be tornado warned by the time he gets into Saline County? I can't tell you, but I think the minute by minute, every minute that passes is a minute that the models are showing us the tornado threat decreases into the evening and lifts northeast of the state. I will admit to you, I thought all of this would be north of central Arkansas, and so far all of it has been in central and western Arkansas. So that's the weather for you. We tell you, we try to pinpoint exact locations, but Mother Nature is going to do exactly what Mother Nature wants to do. But this is a supercell here. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for the western part of Pulaski County. Severe thunderstorm warning. Could this get upgraded to a tornado? Sure. But I think with each passing minute, that chance goes down. But don't take these severe thunderstorm warnings lightly. They could be wind producers. This is the only tornado warning. Even if there's not a tornado, there's most likely damaging winds within that storm. But there are two supercell storms here. That might be a stretch to call that supercell, but it is. And down here in northern Hot Spring County, going into the far eastern tip of Garland County and into southern Saline County. So let's look at the velocities on this one that's not tornado warned, severe thunderstorm warned. And what I see is just a bunch of chaotic wind motion right now. I don't see anything organized in terms of a tornado, but I see wind. But as far as a tornado is concerned, I don't see that right now. The only potential tornado is here northern. It's now past Malvern, so I think Malvern is for the most part in the clear. And I don't know why this thing is still showing up, that confirmed tornado. I don't know why that thing is still up there.
If I'm looking at just rain mode or the reflectivity mode, I would think that storm up in Saline County was stronger than the one in Hot Spring County.
Yeah.
But then when you look at velocity, it's a different story.
Yeah, but you look at the velocities here, and it does not seem to be as well put together as it was.
Still probably some strong wind up there just northwest of Magnet Cove, or right over Magnet Cove.
But yeah, you said just based on the
yeah.
And this is what Joel was talking about, based on, you see how that kind of inflow right into there. So there's something there coming into western Pulaski County. Severe warn, but I looked at the wind fields and they don't look, they look chaotic to me and not organized. But it's that latest scan, Joel, based on reflectivity, my goodness. Then you go to velocity. I guess North Lake Norrell, there could be something there trying to get its, there's Striper Lane, and there's also Rushing Road, Bishop Mountain Trail. God, maybe something there. This is Ferndale and Pulaski County. It's right on the Pulaski and Saline County line. If there's a tornado trying to develop it, I don't see anything there. Go ahead. We have meteorologist Christopher Pipkin. Go ahead.
I just want them to see if they can put up the camera, our Little Rock sky camera behind Todd. You can actually see the storm that they're talking about right now. Very good view of that storm.
What source is that on?
You know, I'm just going to go ahead and toss it on to the traffic camera. So go ahead and take the traffic camera forward. We've got Scott Hollinger, and I'll have that up here in just a second. But definitely seeing, there it is. Well,
no, that's Mount Magazine. I'll switch it over here.
So you look at the Little Rock camera, and you can see the inflow of that storm.
Okay, I'm going to it right now. It should pop up from the bank. There we go. There it is. See the state capitol, I-630. So we're looking at that storm now coming up the interstate?
Yes, that's the storm coming up to the interstate. I'm going to try to zoom in on it just a bit, see if we can get a better view.
Wait, no, that's the one. That's the one in Saline County coming up on Ferndale.
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually see the lowering on that a little bit. So you can zoom in on that, right?
Let's see, there we go. And get in a little closer to it. But definitely a good view of this storm looking off towards the west here. Let's see if I can get a little bit more zoomed.
Yeah.
That it starts shaking.
I see what you're looking at there. Kind of see the lowering down in there.